Right, everyone, sim racing changes forever today, or does it? This is the Moza Active Pedal, I believe the first mass market active pedal to hit the market after the Simucube Active Pedals. We're gonna unbox it, we're gonna put it on the rig. As you know, I've been using Simucube Active Pedals for months and months and months now, especially since of course at Evo. I'm gonna compare the two. Firstly, pricing, $800 for the pedals, I believe, and for one active pedal, and $1,000, I believe, for one active pedal, one throttle, and the base plate, like you see here. Very competitive. That's like more than half the price cheaper, I think, than the Simucube Active Pedals. So I'm gonna unbox it, and see what we get. Firstly, we have obviously the, oh my goodness, the active pedal booster. Okay. And it's heavy. Oh my days. And what might surprise you is a massive power brick. So the big question is, are these going to be better than half? Are these going to be 50%? Are these going to be at least 50% good as the Simucube Active Pedals? In which case the price per goodness might be in your favor. So we're officially, I don't really do too many unboxes now because I'm not sure you guys really like them that much. But oh my God, it looks like an absolute weapon. It literally looks like a weapon. Look at this. And it's got the gold. It's got the gold in it. Wow. And I have no idea how this is going to actually go. Oh, I see it now. I see how this is going to work. So we've got a CRP 2 pedal plate on it, as you can see, which by the way is very similar to the Simucube pedal plate. So things are getting very close now in sim racing. And we have this distinctive, I guess this is the booster, right? With Moza in gold. It's like this gold styling they've kept from the CRP 2s. And on the other side, we've got kind of power and also going into your wheelbase. But on the right-hand side, we've got USB, so I think it will also go straight into the PC. They say this is it's either a 200 kg or it's a 400 kg load cell. And if you don't, active pedal. And if you don't know what active pedals do, they basically are motorized, which means you have great adjustability. So you can change the adjustment in software. You don't have to get down in your rig and do stuff. Now, they say they've got dual 200 kg load cell sensors. So I don't know whether it's 400 kg or whether it's 200 kg, but it's basically more kg I think I'm ever going to need. It's like a lot of kg. And, ooh. Not sure I'm meant to do that. There is a sound. Can you hear it? There is a sound. So these are my Moza CRP2 pedals. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this load cell brake off, and I don't know how this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work on my set because I think this is too long. I think it's too long. So I have no idea. So we're actually going to need to bust out the manual here.
A few moments later.
I think what they want me to do is only, I don't really know what they want me to do. I think it's just the front two. They don't want me to attach it from the back, which seems insane for a 200 kg beast. But there's no more screws in the bottom. There's only I think they want me to do these 4 screws here. I think that's what they want me to do. And frankly, who am I to argue? That's it. Okay, there we go. Now it's the big moment. We've got to put it on the rig and see, is this solid? And is it a Simucube Active Pedal Beta? Let's go. Okay, so here we are in the Moza software. I've literally just attached the active pedal and the CRP2 throttle to my Indigo Line folding rig here, by the way, crazy rig. And I took the clutch off to give you a better look. And we're in the software and I've got my throttle. Now, the dead zone on that seems pretty good already, I think. Maybe like a bit too much at the bottom, but there's definitely like a dead zone. So whether it's remembered that, I don't know, because it's my Moza stuff. You can see the max is not quite right. So I'm actually gonna put them in like that for my resting. That's going to be my min. And I'm going to put my max like that. Okay, so I definitely want to be getting to full throttle. But I might even do max like that. And then I've got my min. Okay, and then the brake, there's actually a separate page for it. Booster brake. So you can see my throttle there and the trace. And now, first go with the active pedal. Oh my God, that's 90 kg. I've got to do it. 200 kg load cell. Let's go. Oh, what the hell? It's fighting with me. What the? It feels like there's a little person there pushing back. What is going on? Bro, what are you doing? Okay, so the two... Okay, I'm just going to bust the whole rig open. So, normally, around 100 kg load cells. Let's do 100 kg load cells, and then we'll go from there. Maybe we go down to 60 or something. So, there's a 100 kg load cell. Okay, so I don't want to go too crazy on this. So I'm going to go 60 kg because I'm swapping a lot of equipment on the rig and stuff like that. So I actually want to set a kind of max. I want to bring that max like a little bit lower like that. So I want to be knowing that when I'm on it, I'm on 100%. So I'm pretty happy with that, I think. It's not the strongest load cell, obviously, but I'm pretty happy. It's interesting that the modulation is a little bit jumpy, I would say. I'm looking at the trace in the bottom left there. It's a little bit jumpy, that trace. Like, it's not particularly smooth. It's like ratchety. Can you see? This is obviously, I'm trying to use these pedals as best I can. I have an affiliate link for these pedals. And I think I have a Simucube affiliate link as well, actually, which is interesting. So at the moment, it feels a little bit notchety. So I'm not sure why that is. Let's do a calibration. You can see now it's doing a pedal start calibration. Oh, whoa, whoa, calm down. Hey there, buddy. What the? I'm also very concerned about how the pedals are mounted onto the rig, like just with the 2 bolts at the front. But if it works, it works. You know, they've done the research. But they do sell an extension plate. So maybe it's the best. Maybe it's the best of both worlds. It works on the existing CRP2 plate or the extension plate. It's right. Here we go. Finish. So that's done. Let's see if that feels a bit. Definitely still feels a bit like. I don't want to say it's jumpy. I think it's because the pedal's resisting. It kind of I'm kind of giving up in levels, if that makes sense. So something I'm noticing is I don't think I'm really able to go in a very smooth line like down here. Like, it definitely feels kind of jumpy, but there might be a effect here or something. There's all this kind of stuff. So we've got ABS, TC. These are going to work on certain games. I think like they work on the original Sette Corsa Competizione. So simulate input mapping, pedal feel we've got here. So we've got the pedal travel. This is an interesting one because if we want to make it really long. Oh, interesting. It won't let me go further than that, but we can make it really long or presumably really short. But that feels the opposite. Starting at 53 end. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I don't understand. Ah, okay. So is it the shorter you make? Is that the shortest pedal travel? Wow. So you can move where the pedal starts and where it ends. So this is going to be mad long, just long travel. So if I want to just have a very short formula break, but that doesn't make sense to me. That's a very long travel. I don't think I'm misunderstanding it or something's not right because that is a super long travel. You can see. And that actually feels harder. So not sure what's going on there. We've got the end stop stuff and then actual friction. I wonder if the natural friction is the thing that's making it. Ah, that feels maybe a bit smoother. Let's just see if we put the friction up. Hard to tell. Hard to tell, to be honest. And I don't know what to do with my pedal travels. I will try and give you some presets. So, but that is way too much travel. Like, no sir. And that's just very weird. Like, that is the weirdest break in history. I'm thinking surely you've got to start the pedal travel there unless you have a dead zone. But I think there's a preload. I think this might be the preload here. See, this is a preload. See, that feels like a shorter break with a very hard end stop there. Very hard end stop. So you can hear it as well. Almost sounds like air conditioning. So there's a lot going on here. Okay, so we're going to go like that, and then it might step down, which is interesting. So that's the M booster brake. What we're going to do now... Actually, no, let me do these presets. Here we go. Formula 1 brake official. This is official Formula 1 brake. Are we ready? Oh my God. That is just a button. That is just a button. That ain't no good for me. I'm going to bust the rig, I think. It is a foldable. So that is insane. So GT iRacing McLaren 720S. Let's do that. So that's got a bit of a soft travel there. I think if I lower that to like 65. Oh, that's still very weird. It's still very difficult. Hang on. You know what's interesting is, I don't think this really is like the total output force. I think I'm understanding this wrong. If we do a 90 kg load cell here, and then if I go back to the home page, my throttle needs inverting. And if I set that at the max, I wonder how that works. Ah, you can see there it's kind of going through it. So it will saturate, so it will hit 100%. I think that's a very bad way of doing it because you're essentially clipping. So you're clipping through what you want. So I think what I don't understand is why that as a 30 kg isn't just very easy to get to the top. Like, I don't understand why I'm definitely applying more than 10 kg of force here. I don't know if it's because there's a bigger preload. In fact, there isn't a preload. So I literally have no idea. I suspect it's something to do. This is not very... I need to do guides on this. I need to work it out. Now, this is one where it's fighting against me. There's some mad science going on here. Let's do a GT brake official. Unless I was doing a clutch by mistake or something. Oh, okay. 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 This I like. Still, we're stepping off. You can see we're stepping off. This I really like. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. We're going to get on it. We're going to get on it. Okay, that's a really nice brake. Now, if I wanted to do all of that messing around with elastometers, big pain in the butt. So if you want to do something that's not a pain in the butt, please subscribe to the channel if you're new here or if you've watched the videos. And I'm going to go into a sim now and we're going to try it out. Okay, so here we go in the sim on the new Moza Booster Active Pedals with the McLaren 720S GT3 profile, which is what I'm driving right now. I'm driving the McLaren 720S because I paid for Le Mans Ultimate in early access and now I'm pretty peeved off I'm not getting the cars that I feel like I paid for. But anyway, I'm using the McLaren, I like it anyway. And this is going to be very exciting at Monza because it's all about the braking at Monza. It's just all about the braking. And I've been very fast here.
Green flag.
I think I was way off the speed limit there, but you know, this is a track I know well, won some big top split races here in other sims. So let's see how it's going to be in LMU on the brake. The first braking zone on the new Moza Active Pedals. Oh, that's nice and firm. That's nice. That's nice, that is. You know, you go into your first braking zone. George Russell said this about F1 cars. He's like, to be honest, when you go through your first corner in like pre-season, you know pretty much whether you've got a good car, it's going to be a long season. That felt really good. That's my first braking zone in the Moza Active Pedals. Oh, it just feels so good to modulate it. This is going to be a very good pedal for a lot of people because it's, well, I mean, prices are going to come down, put it like that. Prices are going to come down. There's my T. I just want to send it. I just want to send it on these pedals. I'm not even looking at my trace, which you can see. I just want to send this. I wonder how it's going to be through Ascari, like a little bit more modulation, rather than just like the harder braking zones. It's a very, very, very good pedal. It's a very good pedal. I mean, no doubt this is up there with the Simucube Active Pedals and say the Conspit CPP Evo pedals, the hydraulic pedals, which are also extremely good. Oh my days, that is very easy to modulate. It still feels a bit steppy when I look at the UI, and the UI might be kind of in steps anyway, but we know it was steppy in Moza Pit Boost. But the sensation of coming off the brake is very immediate and very responsive, and almost, it feels active. It feels active in the braking phase. It's not just active getting on the brake, it's active coming off the brake as well. Oh my goodness, and when you come back on it, it's just like, I call the Simucube Active Pedals like, it feels like 3D braking. Like you feel 3D in the space. Whereas with load cell pedals, yes, you kind of get that resistance and you have to use the pressure to reach your threshold that you want to reach. But when you come off it, I don't think that that's sophisticated coming off the pedal, like these kind of, you know, passive pedals. Oh my days. Didn't punt him. These pedals are these pedals are scarily good. Now, I'm really worried this is going to come off as shilling now, but like I said, I have the Simucube Active Pedals as well, and I've been using the Simucube Active Pedals for a long time. I want to put these pedals in front of Simucube and say, look, where are we with Active Pedals right now? Because, oh my god, this is actually going to change everything, because it's going to make the active pedal technology just more affordable. I'm not saying these are budget pedals, they are definitely not. They're very expensive pedals, like they're ridiculously expensive to spend on your hobby this amount of money, but we know in the scheme of things, like, you know, going from potentiometer to entry-level load cell to mid-level load cell to kind of like higher-end load cell with haptics, I'm enjoying this a lot. Like, I wasn't expecting to have this much fun. And it was the same with the Simucube Active Pedals. I distinctly remember the first ever race I had with the Simucube Active Pedals was in the F4 at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Canada. And I remember going through those, braking for those chicanes and being like, oh my days, this is another level. Oh man, oh man. Have I got some kind of assist on or something? Like, this just feels unreal. This just feels absolutely unreal. I really hope Moza are going to bring these to expos. One of the best things Simucube do is, like, they go to all of the expos and you can try all of their equipment, and you can just try the Simucube Active Pedals, and often they do competitions like, you know, who can get the closest threshold or whatever when you're pushing the brake. It's really good fun. This is scary. I want to have a look at my, sorry, I want to have a look at my inputs now. This is a great experience. This is actually, as a whole, like, you know, I'm using the Mustang wheel and the Aries Conspit Platinum wheelbase. I'm in the Indigo Lime cockpit with the Moza CRP throttle and a Moza Active Pedal. This is on a 55-inch TV. This is just absolutely unreal. This is just so... Sim racing is just ridiculously good now. Like, this is miles better than I think you can get in most arcades. Like, this is when I say that's a bad word, like F1 arcade, like the sim shops. Like, I think this is better than that. Oh my goodness me. Let's have a look at this pedal again. And this is without any like ABS and TC stuff as well. That might be seen as a bit more gimmicky. So should you rush out and buy Moza and Moza Active Pedals? No, never rush out and buy anything in my book. Like, always better to wait. You won't regret it. Companies want to sell you stuff, like it will come back on sale. Unless it's a limited like one-of-one edition. So I would say no, but should you look more at the Moza Active Pedals? Absolutely yes. Absolutely. You should be looking at these boosters and reading up about them, and reading up about the Simucubes, because I think the Simucube software is better than the Moza Pit House software. I think the calibration took way longer than it takes on the Simucube pedals. So I think the Simucube pedals are still better. But I just wonder if this is like Formula One, where a team comes out with groundbreaking technology and, you know, double diffuser or F-duct or whatever it is, and you got like, you know, you're a second faster than everyone else, but then everyone else kind of looks at it and do their own version, and then you're back on a more level playing field. And I wonder if that's where we are. And I know Simucube spend a lot of time and investment in making really good software. Like, the software experience is really good. They've like consolidated their wheelbase and pedal things into one, so it's now like one tuner thing, and it looks really good, and the graphics are really good on it and stuff like that, and that may be their kind of advantage point. But I don't feel like this is a second-rate pedal, and I don't really know too much about how they work. Obviously, I spoke with Simagics, or ex-Simagics now, Tyler Wang, at length about the Simagic Active Pedal and stuff about not using a, you know, worm gear, using maybe belts to, you know, help get that feeling. Whoa, deliver the forces. So I don't pretend to be an expert, but I do speak to people in the space. Have spent a lot of time with Simucube as well. I don't feel like this is second rate. I feel like this is just better than, like, hydraulics are different. But when you go to those really high-end load cell pedals, I'm talking like, you know, the really nice machined ones, I just feel like this may be better. By the way, am I doing like a 6-hour race by mistake? I think I've just accidentally entered like a massive 6-hour race. I mean, it still feels kind of steppy, but reliability is going to be a thing. These pedals make a noise, like you can hear them. Wow, I am more impressed than I thought I was going to. I was thinking, okay, these pedals are probably, they're not going to be as good as the Simucube ones, and they'll have cut some corners to kind of get them out. But I actually feel like these actually feel really refined. I feel like, and I don't know, but they say they've been working on them for years, and I'm kind of inclined to believe them. They feel refined. So the price point is going to be very interesting. So if you want to look more at them, there'll be a link in the video description. That will also probably be an affiliate link. If you do decide to buy anything from any of the brands down there and use those links, it does send me back a commission for hopefully giving you like honest, informative advice about them. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Like, if you tried them, what the pricing, stuff that other companies are doing better maybe. I'm just absolutely fascinating. There'll be a lot more content on these on the channel. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you next time.